Under the scorching sun, a vast, windswept steppe stretches to the horizon, its golden grasses swaying in an ancient dance. Nomadic tribes appear, their figures silhouetted against the sun as they traverse the endless plains on horseback. Their movements, fluid and practiced, tell a story of generations molded by the land. Long shadows stretch from riders and steeds alike, etching a timeless rhythm onto the baked earth. Flickering torchlight illuminates Mongol nobles, their faces etched with worry in the smoky air of the yurt. Maps of the vast empire sprawl across the low table, a silent testament to the weight of Genghis Khan's legacy. The strongest shall rule. It is the way of our ancestors, one council member declares, his voice resonating. Another counters, but strength alone is not enough. Wisdom and cunning are also needed to guide our people. Genghis Khan's blood flows in many veins, a third adds. Choosing an heir will not be easy. Karakorum bursts with life. Merchants, artisans, and travelers converge, creating a vibrant scene under the vast sky. A young prince, Kublai, observes the city from a raised platform, his gaze sharp and full of curiosity. His eyes reflect an early fascination with the diverse civilizations blossoming beyond the steppes. A hint of destiny flickers in his intense gaze, promising the leader he is destined to become. The bustling city unfolds beneath him, a living map of ambition and future conquests. Kublai, seated among scholars, absorbs Confucian wisdom from ancient texts, his brow furrowed in deep concentration. He gestures, mirroring his learned companions, deeply engrossed in discussions of governance. Sunlight streams in as Kublai immerses himself further into the rich tapestry of Chinese culture. Each scroll, each word, enhances Kublai's growing respect for the ancient civilization. Under the vast sky of the Mongol steppes, Arik Bokeh fiercely wrestles, a display of raw strength and agility. With unmatched precision, Arik Bokeh draws his bow, each arrow finding its mark with deadly accuracy. He gallops across the open plains, his horsemanship a seamless blend of man and beast. Arik Bokeh embodies the heart of Mongol tradition, his spirit untamed and his skills unmatched. Muscles straining, arrows flying, hooves thundering, Arik Bokeh claims the steppes as his own. Kublai Khan, the great Khan, reigns from his throne, his gaze sweeping over the assembled court. Before him stand Kublai and Arik Bokeh, their postures reflecting distinct ambitions and inner thoughts. Kublai's eyes reflect a burning ambition, while Arik Bokeh exudes unwavering resolve and stoicism. The weight of the Mongol Empire hangs heavy in the air, a silent testament to power and destiny. Their presence fills the court, a stark contrast that hints at the impending clash for the throne. Under the vast sky of southern China, Kublai leads his Mongol army across the open plains, a horizon of ambition. Banners snap fiercely in the wind, each gust carrying the weight of Kublai's unyielding will. Sunlight flashes off the armor, turning the advancing army into a river of gleaming steel. Each step echoes the relentless march towards the heart of the southern Song dynasty, a testament to Kublai's military might. The army advances, an unstoppable force, reshaping history. A messenger bursts into the opulent tent, his armor askew, and terror etched on his pale face in the flickering lamplight. He kneels before the empty throne of Kublai Khan, a vacuum of power and authority looming over the assembled Mongol lords. A hushed silence descends, heavy with anticipation and dread, broken only by the messenger's ragged, desperate breath. News of Kublai Khan's sudden death ignites chaos, plunging the Mongol Empire into a tumultuous succession crisis. Amidst smoke and earth, Kublai stands on the battlefield, the air heavy with humidity and the scent of conflict. A dust-covered messenger arrives, breathless, bearing urgent news for Kublai. Kublai's face reflects shock and deep thought as he processes the weighty information. The choice looms: claim the throne or continue the campaign in southern China. Inside Kublai's camp, the air buzzes with anticipation as advisors gather. Kublai sits, a figure of immense power, at the head of a grand table. Chinese officials surround him, their expressions a mix of ambition and worry. An advisor leans forward, urgency etched on his face. "The time is ripe, Kublai," he urges, his voice sharp with conviction. "Seize the throne that is rightfully yours." The words hang heavy in the air, Against the towering Karakoram, Arik Boka stands firm, his figure a silhouette against the vast, unforgiving landscape. Mongol nobles gather, their expressions a tapestry of resolve and unwavering allegiance to their leader. With a commanding gesture, Arik Boka raises his hand, silencing the throng, his presence demanding attention. His voice, a force of nature, resonates across the plains, each word a hammer blow solidifying his ambition. "I am the great Khan," he declares, his proclamation echoing through the mountains, staking his claim to the throne. The nobles roar in approval, the sound of their unified voices a testament to his power and their fealty. Amidst silk and shrewd faces, Kublai, adorned in ornate robes, dominates the court with a palpable air of command. Tension fills the hall as Kublai's voice booms, declaring, "I declare myself the great Khan." His gaze sweeps across the assembly, daring dissent as he asserts his authority. Arik Boka's claim is illegitimate, Kublai proclaims, his words sharp as a blade. His voice resonates with conviction. "I am the rightful successor." Dust devils swirl across the steppes as Mongol armies clash, banners of Kublai Khan and Arik Boka meeting in fury. The thunder of hooves and cries of warriors fill the air, a symphony of destruction echoing across the vast plains. Steel meets steel in a whirlwind of combat, the once unified Mongol Empire tearing itself apart. The brutal civil war unfolds, brother against brother in a desperate struggle for supremacy. Fury and desperation paint the faces of the warriors as they fight for their Khan and their future. In the war room, candlelight dances across Kublai's face as he stands before his generals, maps spread before them. He gestures, his voice resonating with authority, detailing the securing of supply lines and vital resources. Each general listens intently, aware of the immense logistical challenges that lie ahead in the conflict. The air is thick with the weight of impending battle, the dim light casting long, ominous shadows. Under the vast sky of the Karakoram, Arik Boka fights to maintain his hold on the Mongol capital. His grip loosens, each grain of sand slipping through his fingers like the loyalty of his dwindling followers. Resources dry up, mirroring the parched hope in the eyes of those who still stand by him. The endless horizon mocks their diminishing strength, a silent testament to the empire's strife. Each day dawns with less promise, the golden banners fading under the harsh reality of defeat. Arik Boka's resolve hardens, a desperate gamble against the encroaching shadows of fate. Dust devils swirl across the Mongol steppes as Kublai's and Arik Boka's warriors clash in a violent struggle. Steel clashes, hooves thunder, and desperate cries fill the air as both sides test each other's strength. Brutal skirmishes erupt across the landscape, a grinding attrition marked by small fires and fallen warriors. Units probe for weaknesses, strategic maneuvering evident as they attempt to outflank and encircle foes. The vast expanse becomes a stage for relentless conflict, each clash echoing in the open air. The Mongol steppes bear witness to the brutal attrition as the battle rages under the open sky. Flickering torchlight casts long, dancing shadows across the interior of Arik Boka's tent, a stage for rising tension. Arik Boka sits, a figure of inscrutable calm amidst the growing storm, his expression unreadable in the shifting light. His allies shift, their faces etched with doubt, the flickering flames mirroring their inner turmoil. The cramped tent feels heavy with unspoken questions, each shadow a silent testament to their growing unease. A palpable tension fills the space as the torchlight emphasizes every nervous glance and hesitant movement. The fate of their alliance hangs in the balance, illuminated by the unsteady, flickering light of hope and fear. Under a vast sky, the Mongol steppe unfolds, endless and windswept under the bright, unforgiving sun. Distant figures emerge, growing larger as riders gallop across the open plain, a determined path etched in their advance. Banners snap and flutter in the fierce wind, their colors stark against the endless green and blue. The riders surge forward, a wave of motion and purpose, signaling a pivotal shift in allegiance. They approach Kublai's camp, their arrival a clear statement of defection from Arik Boka's forces. The camp awaits, a silent witness to the changing tides of power on the vast Mongol steppe. Kublai sits heavily on his throne, the weight of the Mongol Empire pressing down on him, his face lined with weariness. A messenger kneels, his voice hushed as he speaks of diminishing resources and failing alliances. Kublai listens intently, his expression hardening with each report of Arik Bokeh's weakening position. He rises, the silk of his robes rustling like a gathering storm. His eyes fixed on the distant horizon. A final confrontation looms, and Kublai steels himself for the inevitable clash, his resolve hardening like tempered steel. Arik Bokeh lowers his sword, defeat etched on his face as the vast, empty steppes mirror his desolation. His scattered soldiers vanish into the horizon, leaving him utterly alone in the unforgiving landscape. With heavy, resigned steps, Arik Bokeh walks toward Kublai, the weight of his loss palpable. The Mongol civil war reaches its bitter conclusion, marked by Arik's surrender on the open steppe. In Kublai's court, Arik Bokeh is led, head bowed, the silence amplifying the gravity of his awaiting judgment. Banners stir softly as Kublai regards his brother, the air thick with unspoken tension and political weight. Kublai's voice cuts through the silence, a mix of mercy and command. "I will spare your life, brother, but you will relinquish all power," Kublai declares, sealing Arik Bokeh's fate with a chilling finality. Arik Bokeh, gaunt and hollow-eyed, hunches in the dim light of his prison cell. Isolation consumes him. Cold stone walls press in, mirroring the vast Mongol world's abandonment of its once formidable leader. He is a shadow of his former self, a forgotten relic, haunted by memories of power and glory. The silence screams louder than any battle cry, a constant reminder of his desolate fate. Under the vast sky of China, Kublai surveys the landscape, a new era etched on his face. Construction begins, a flurry of activity, as the capital rises from the earth. Architects pore over blueprints, envisioning a city that blends power and beauty. Kublai examines the plans, his gaze intense as he shapes the future of his empire. The city walls ascend, a testament to Kublai's ambition and the empire's might. A new capital stands, a beacon of Kublai's reign, signaling a profound shift. Inside Kublai's palace, resplendent in his blended robes, Kublai surveys his throng of courtiers. Banners emblazoned with the Yuan dynasty's symbols hang majestically from the rafters. His voice booms, resonating with the weight of Mongol strength and Chinese tradition. Kublai declares the dawn of the Yuan dynasty, a fusion of cultures under one rule. The palace echoes with the promise of a new era. A lone Mongol warrior stands against the horizon, a silhouette of sorrow on the vast steppes. Wind whispers tales of fading traditions across the endless plains. His weathered face, etched with grief, reflects the weight of Kublai's ambition. The vastness of the land mirrors the warrior's internal struggle, a stark reminder of the Mongol way of life slipping into the past. His gaze carries the burden of a legacy threatened by change,